Südpolshow.
My name is Sinne Mutsaers. In German, Sinne, you say Sinne, but my name is Sinne because my mother's American, but I live in Italy, so I'm Italian now. And my job was the author, the creator, so the writer and director of the cartoon that you saw called I'm Staying Up. In Italian, it's called Non scendo.
Which TV program are you representing? Could you please summarize it for our listeners in one sentence?
The TV show is it's a special, so it's short. It's called I'm Staying Up. It's about a little girl who climbs the tree to protect the forest. Will the forest get cut down or will she save it?
Is it true that I'm Staying Up is based on a true story?
Yes, there was many true stories actually. One in particular, it's Julia Butterfly. She lived in a sequoia tree in California for over 700 days to protect the forest from being cut down.
What was the most memorable part of the production process?
Creating the visuals, creating the colors, creating the world, the characters was lots of fun and very memorable.
Do you have a funny story from production?
Well, getting Julia to act was complicated because it's all drawn. So sometimes I wanted her to have a reaction, like be upset, but then go back and then come back again. So having a cartoon, you have to explain, then she stops, and then she closes her eyes, and then she goes forward. And so it was very fun acting out all the scenes. So in the studio, we have all the illustrators, and they would act the scenes with me, and that was lots of fun to act it all out.
How long did it take to make your program?
Now you're going to laugh. It took 1.5 years to make 20 minutes. Yes.
What do you have to pay special attention to when making a program for children?
For me, it was making sure it was fun, and yet seeing all sides of a story, seeing the contradiction in life, and keeping a positive view. So always have hope and always show where you can go, not what's wrong, but what you can fix.
What's special about directing animated movies?
It's frame by frame, right? So each image needs to be cured, needs to be cared for, needs to be drawn, and every expression, every movement, it's all very, there's nothing accidental. Everything is thought in advance, drawn that way, and each image is then one after the other. So it takes a lot of patience and a lot of attention.
Did something go wrong in the making of the TV program? How did you work around that?
At first it was going to be in 3D, and then we did it in 2D. Now it's a mixture between 2D and 3D because the character didn't come right in 3D and we weren't happy with the outcome. So then halfway through we changed everything and made it so it's half in 2D, half in 3D. And what do you think? Were you happy with the way it looked?
Yeah.
Okay, so we chose well.
Which aspect of your program do you like best?
I like that it's cheerful, it's colorful. We show contradiction in life. The mother needs to make money, needs to have a job. Julia wants to protect the forest. And yet we had fun. I think the songs and the cat, I love the cat.
Do you have a personal connection to the story?
I love climbing trees. So when I was little, I always climbed trees a lot, and I like staying in trees, and I love touching trees. So I think trees are magical beings, and they've been on this earth longer than we have. So I have a lot of respect for trees and nature and the essence.
How long do you think you could make it on the tree?
I would like to think a long time, but a day for sure. Maybe 2 days. I don't know. If I had lots of friends helping me, maybe long. I think it would take a team to stay on a tree.
Do you have a favorite quote from the program?
I think just I'm not coming down when she keeps saying, you don't understand me, you're the one who's creating the damage. You know, because the mother says, you're going to hurt yourself on the tree, and Julia says to her, no, you're creating the damage, you're making the mess. Both of them have their own point of view, and both point of views are valid. The mother's worried about the daughter living on a tree, and the daughter is worried about the environment. So everybody was right. But
And a favorite scene?
when Julia and Orlando, when she first climbs up the tree and he hands her his sandwich, and he says, you know, even warriors need to have dinner.
What's the message of your TV program?
To be true to yourself, you know, stay strong. If you believe in something, fight, and don't give up. You know, you have to follow your heart, follow your dreams, and follow what you think is the right thing for you. And, you know, I think you're young and you're still pure, and your instincts still tell you well.
What do you do to protect our nature?
I try the usual things that people do, you know, maybe travel a little bit less, not eat meat, eat less meat, maybe if you eat meat. Enjoy nature, plant a tree, plant some plants, take care of what you see, and of course make a TV show to help others see nature, appreciate nature, love nature.
Is there something else you would like to tell us about your TV program?
I read a lot of books, and I did a lot of research before writing this show, with also with the channel, with the RAI, the Italian channel, and so we really thought a lot, and we really did a lot of research and read a lot of books, and I discovered how plants communicate. Even though we don't see it, they help each other underground, and if there's one plant that's sick, it will send some sugar and some help to it. Plants also send off chemicals if bugs are coming to communicate. So I learned a lot, and so maybe always do a lot of research, always look for more, because there's more than meets the eye. I would never imagine that this plant that doesn't speak, so much is happening underground that we don't see.
Why should your TV show win an award at Prix Jeunesse 2024?
Oh, you need to tell me that, because you need to tell me if you enjoyed it, if you liked watching it, if it worked, you know, if you laughed, if you had fun, and you also thought about something. So if that happened to you, you're my public, then it can win an award. If that didn't happen, you need to talk to me and tell me what you did like and what you didn't like, and then we can brainstorm, and maybe the next one will be better.
How do you like Munich? Have you eaten a Weißwurst yet?
I haven't eaten, but I had some soup, and I love Munich. I took a long walk, all in different neighborhoods also. It's very magnificent. It's very large, but very human. It feels like a big city, but also clean, nice, orderly. My daughter is with me here, and she was saying, oh no, now you want to move to Munich. And I said, well, it's beautiful. I would need to learn German, of course, but I think it's absolutely fabulous. You're lucky, because it's a perfect size. It's not too big, not too small, and it's just, you know, there's something royal and regal and magnificent that makes, I think, the human being feel special, you know, because you can feel the history of the power in Munich.
And what food from Italy do we have to try?
Well, you probably obviously have all tried pizza and pasta.
I love pizza.
Yeah. In Italy, my son's favorite food is this mozzarella di bufala. And there's another one that's even crazier that has inside stracciatella. So it's like a mozzarella on the outside, and inside it's like super creamy. And so you open it, and it's called a burrata, which means like butter bomb. But you really have to eat it in Italy, because then when they export it, it doesn't taste as...
Do you want to greet the Südpolshow listeners? Please state your name and the TV program you are representing.
My name is Sinne Mutsaers, and the TV show is called I'm Staying Up. In Italian, it's called Non Scendo. Thank you for listening.